In a forum response for the Boston Review, the writer suggests that the barrier may be man's biggest threat to a bigger, brighter, and more open world bias. The word literature is heavy with implications. The Oxford Dictionary's meaning by itself carries words like lasting artistic merit and greatness. The instinctive assumption is that for a piece of work to be deemed literature, it requires absolute mastery over what is, for the most part, rather vague and undetermined. By holding poetry to a literary standard and either granting or denying that standard to song lyrics, we locate the worth of an artistic endeavor in the most superficial qualities of language, ones that are actually peripheral to what makes a poem worthwhile. But uncomplicated and hard-hitting as this stance is, it is perhaps unsurprisingly not popular. Simon Armitage, one of Britain's most popular poets, in a piece for The Guardian in 2008, claimed, not pulling any punches, songwriters are not poets, or songs are not poems, I should say. In fact, songs are often bad poems. Take the music away, and what you're left with is often an awkward piece of creative writing full of lumpy syllables, cheesy rhymes, exhausted cliches, and mixed metaphors. The question here then is, do songwriters claim to be poets? Probably not. They're still focused on selling the music, the melody, and the rhythm, but it wouldn't be unreasonable to expect that when there is effort involved in writing out lines for a song, there is the inherent expectation that the effort will be given due acknowledgement. And if not as poetry, what else? Rap music has regularly, if not widely, been recognized as poetry. Literature students in Illinois study the works of Jay-Z as poetry. The professor who teaches the course finds discussing the lyrics of rapper Jay-Z a good way to engage young literature students and get them thinking about concepts like allusion and alliteration. Eminem has already, in some sense, achieved recognition for his ability to use rhyme effectively. The crux of rap music lies in creating and sustaining a rhythm. Now, where else have we had rhythm being stressed, no pun intended, over and over? We can probably conclude here that it's impossible to come up with a checklist for the big tectonic shift from Spotify's pop rising to a full-fledged The Best Of, an anthology. What is possible is to open up the boundaries of literature, and keeping the gates shut by holding up requirements that were found in 18th century poetry, we are doing literature itself a disservice. All expression is expression, whether it be in the perfect structure of a Petrarchan sonnet or blackout poetry from a newspaper clipping or vocals against a gentle piano. Poetry is expression at its heart, musical and aesthetic expression, but still expression. Emily Dickinson famously said this: "If I read a book and it makes my body so cold no fire ever can warm me, I know that is poetry. I have only this to ask. If you listen to a song and it makes your body so cold no fire can ever warm you, is it not poetry?"